Happy New Year from Woodman's Lee. This afternoon we're going to change the oil in the generator. So we get a container, one that's a little bit messed up because we're putting oil in it. And it's probably a good idea to get a screwdriver and a rag while we're in the shed. There we go, Phillips head. And head on over to the generator, which is running. It's got about 98 hours on it, close enough to 100. So it's due for an oil change. And the first thing we want to do is to, of course, warm up the generator, get the oil nice and warm. So once we do that, then we pull off the back panel. Those two Phillips head screws are easy to remove. And we just take that panel off. And there's our drain and filler, and it's got a really nice little oil plug that's also like a dipstick, and it's very nicely made, by the way. And we pull that out, take a look at it, see if there's oil on it. Yeah, it's okay. And then we tilt the generator. Tilt it quite a bit, more than that. I can only shoot one-handed here. So I actually tilted the generator way more than 45 degrees, close as you can to 90 degrees to try to get all that oil out. Then we use Mobil 1, and I've got this flexible filler. Can't open that one-handed. And once the oil is all drained out, then you just fill it up. It's pretty easy. You're going to fill until the oil just begins to flow out of the filler cap, and then you know it's totally full. Then you wipe that off and you put that little dipstick oil plug back in there. You clean off the end of it. The very tip is a magnet, and if it has any any iron filings on it or metal filings, then you know you might have problems internally with the engine. But so far, given the fact that this has like 1,400 hours on it and a design useful life is 900 hours, it's hanging right in there. See if I can show you that that magnet on the end of it. See, that little thing captures any magnetic filing, so it won't capture the aluminum ones. And here you can see where I'm going to mark the next oil change. And I need a label maker. I had one, but it finally died. It was kind of annoying to use, so I just use a piece of white duct tape now and a Sharpie, and add 100 hours to the existing number of hours on the hour meter, so we get 1502. If you look at the hour meter very closely, you should be able to see the number of hours on it. Here, I'm starting it to warm it back up again and test it after I change the oil. And you can see that when you first start it up, when it's cold, it runs at about 4,500 RPM. I don't like that at all, especially with a new oil change, but that's the way it goes. Then eventually it'll settle down to 3,000. The operating speed on the generator really should be close to 3,000 RPM. If it's more than that, there's a switch that's in the wrong position. I think I've showed that on a previous video. And there's your oil. That will get recycled, of course. Let me take another look and make sure that we're okay after I ran the generator a little bit. And yeah, everything looks fine. And next thing to do is to put the back panel on. Sometimes it's a good idea to lubricate those little pins with silicone grease, and then just tighten up your fasteners. And we are good for another 100 hours, which is actually quite a long time. Probably get a good 90 days at least out of it. Maybe more, depending on how much woodworking you do. That is all.